Make the ground shake.
My name is Mrs. Bixby, and I'm going to tell you my story. I used to go once every month on Friday afternoons to Baltimore. I always told my husband that I was going to my aunt's place, but in reality, I was going to visit the colonel, a very wealthy man. We at least met 12 times a year. He had no wife and no family, and when he wasn't with me, he entertained himself by riding his horses. During one visit, he gave me a coat, a very expensive fur coat, a beautiful, deep, rich blue mink. It was at least $6,000, but it was too good to be true. With the gift came a letter. That was it, or so I thought. When I tried to tear up the letter, a writing on the back took my attention. Just tell them that nice, generous aunt of yours gave it to you for Christmas, it said. But I knew I couldn't do that. She doesn't have that much money. My nerves got me. In a few minutes, I was to be in New York back with my husband, and he would start questioning things. But my need to have this coat in my possession surpassed every worry. So I sat back and thought of a plan. I tricked him before. This should be easy. My body leaned forward as I talked to my taxi driver, asking him to stop on the first pawn shop he saw. I entered the shop and a man came in view. "Hello, I've lost my handbag. And as this is Saturday, all the banks are closed until Monday. And I've simply got to have some money for the weekend. This is quite a valuable coat, but I'm not asking much. I only want to borrow enough on it to help me until Monday." The man said nothing until the beautiful mink laid on his counter. He said,
"I'll lend you $50.
"It's worth 100 more than that, but I trust you," I said as he brought out a ticket and placed it on the counter.
Name?"
He asked. "Leave that out." The confusion on the man's face was clear as day, but I didn't back down. I did not want my name nor address on that ticket. I knew it was risky. No description to ensure me my coat would be given back, but I didn't want anyone to know that that beautiful coat was mine, nor where it came from. After that, I took the ticket that had only the value and went home to Cyril Bixby, a dentist, and my husband. I told him I found a piece of paper on my taxi seat. He told me it was a pawn ticket. I faked disappointment, saying I was hoping for something more important. He told me since there's no name or address on the ticket, anyone could go and get it, and that it was now his. I tried to fight it. It was mine. I needed to collect it, but he didn't let me, and I didn't want to go with him and get greeted like an old customer by the man in the presence of my husband. So I let him. The day after, my excitement was radiating off me. I called my husband 10 minutes after he went off to the pawn shop. He excitedly said that it was amazing and that I would love it. The only thing on my mind was that beautiful mink coat in my hands, the last gift from my lover. A few hours later, I went to Cyril's place of business, impatient to get my coat. I saw the secretary coming out of his office as I came in. I ignored it and asked him for the gift. He told me to close my eyes, and at the sound of mink, real mink, they opened quickly, looking at the object on his hands. But instead of my mink coat, there was a stupid little fur neckpiece hanging from Cyril's hands. I wanted to scream, and my body unconsciously backed away. I think it's lovely, really lovely, was everything that came out. My anger, but also disappointment, could be seen on my face as he put the neckpiece on my neck, telling me it fit me and that I shouldn't expect anything else for Christmas since he already spent enough on me. I am going to kill that pawnbroker. I am going right back there to the shop this very minute, and I'm going to throw this dirty neckpiece right in his face. And if he refuses to give me back my coat, I am going to kill him. My thoughts came to an end when Cyril told me he was coming home late. I nodded and went out of the office, banging the door shut behind me. At that moment, Miss Peltuni, the secretary, came sailing past me down the passage on her way to lunch. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Miss Peltuni said as she went by, flashing a smile. She was walking in a very proud and confident manner, and she looked like a queen, just exactly like a queen, in the beautiful black mink coat that the colonel had given to me.